Everyone, today I'm sharing with you how to make another beautiful wallet. I have made a lot of wallet because this is the season I do a lot of sale for my local sale. So the fabric right here that I have, I'm going to make the pocket for the cat slot, and the size of this is 9 inches wide by 23 inches long, and I'm going to mark each time, and you checking those on the screen. There's the measurement is show on the screen for you. The first one I have is 4 and 3/4 of an inch. Make sure you do that. You do it on the bottom too. 3.5 and another 3.5, and then 3 1/4. 3 1/4, another 3 1/4. I'm gonna go this way because my sewing machine. So 3 1/4, the next one, and the rest is 4 3/4 of an inch. So the two ends is 4 3/4 of an inch, just so you know. And now I also mark on the bottom line exactly the same of that too. You can cut a little bit like this so you can easy for you to fold right on the side that you just marked. That make it easier when you fold because you just follow the mark side here. The wind is horrible, scary. We do some folding from the left to the right. So the first one right here, I already cut here. I'm gonna make sure, and this is the right side facing up, and this is the back side. You can see I have some mark that I make something in the past and I didn't use it. So make sure that we have to cut that match. That one is I folded up that the 4 3/4 of an inch, and then I go into the other side. So that one, then I flip into this side. So flip back and forth, back and forth. Now this one I'm gonna go up. So you can just turn it upside up and down, so make it easier. So that is 2. So up and down, up and down. Pull this right out the cut. Bring this up. And make sure that the cut underneath here is pressed evenly. And the last one, the 4 3/4 of an inch, you're gonna flap this up. When you flap it up, it's gonna meet this line up here. Just iron this. And now I'm gonna open this. You can see that we have something like this. How easy and it's simple. So I don't want to do the 23 inches interfacing. After this fold, I cut here 2.5 inches by 8.5 inches of the midway interfacing. I'm going to place on the fold here. I'm placing this in here for 1, and then the other fold, the first fold here, place the other one. You're going to iron these 2 small interfacing in here. You can turn the heat up because it has the fabric cover in here. You should be fine. But if you iron directly to on the interfacing, then you have to turn the iron down. Put this down, and then you iron this. This is very easy. Everyone can do. Alright, I'm going to the back side. Yeah, I have 2 interfacing that I cut 4 inches wide by 8.5. I'm gonna go and place in the back side here. You don't need to go perfectly, exactly. I just want to add the little bit of the the interfacing so it can stay up a little bit nicer. Now this time I iron directly on the interfacing, and then the other piece go into this side. So this time I iron directly on the interfacing, so I'm gonna turn the iron down to a medium low. Back side, and now you go back here. A lot of pancake making here. On the fold here, you lift this up, you go on the top stitch this side, and then you go on the top stitch this side. Everyone, after I top stitch on this two fold, I'm going to take this out this way. So from the side here, I'm going to mark a quarter up an inch just like that, and on this side too, a quarter up an inch. This side I'm gonna go and mark it down. This is for us to sew later on, the seam allowance. So that is the quarter of an inch, and then from a quarter of an inch on this side I'm going in for 3 inches. Down here, that 3 inches, and then from here to from the side in, after a quarter of an inch, you're gonna mark 3 inches here, 3 inches, and so you can mark the line. This line for you to sew. This is the divider for the cap. So sew this and sew this, and then sew on this side. Everyone, after I sew on this line and I sew on this line, let's put this on the side. I have cut this piece exactly the same. I just come up from downstairs. It's like crazy. All right, so if you want, you can, after you're done this, you can trace on the fabric, cut another one like that. You see, I have it here exactly the same size, so no confusion. But anyway, it is 9.5 by 9.5 inches, and I have cut the interfacing. I already iron around here. It's 9 inches interfacing. So now you're gonna fold this in half. The center right there, and I have here that zipper. I'm only use the 8 inches zipper from the zipper slider to here. From here to here, the metal is 8 inches. The end don't count. And if you want to, you can do this to the end, and then we're going to sew together. So let's just pull this open. I'm gonna show you one. So you're gonna turn in this way, just like this. Going to sew just a little bit on the back, on the top here, so it can stay nice and round at the end of the zipper. Just a little bit like that, and then you're going to go do the same thing to this side. Let's just pull this over. Now I have this, and I'm going to pull this two together, and so I can cut the center. It is center for me to know where I'm going to place the zipper, and then the center of that. All right, now the right side of the zipper always facing down to the right side of the fabric. You're going to clip or you're going to pin, whatever you decide to do, as long as you have this hold down to the fabric for you. So you're gonna sew this together. So after I sew on the zipper, you're gonna pull this down. Remember, pull the side down this way, and you press the fabric down, not up, okay, down. And the center line right here, so from the center line down about an inch, you're going to sew the tag. Fold this right in the center, and it from here, you're going to sew this here. So this around here. So everyone, after I sew this on, and you're going to press this down this way, you're going to bring this back. This is the pocket side, and this is the credit card slot. You're going to bring this single side like this over to the zipper. And before you do that, I just want to make sure that you're gonna fold it in half. Make sure that everything center. The center and the center. Now you're going to place this side to here. Remember, the pocket facing in front of you. This pocket side facing in front of you, and this single piece going up to here. Let me just pull this. You're going to sew this straight line. Everyone, after I sewed it here, the zipper, let's go to the other side so we can press. You're gonna make sure you press the fabric down, not up to the zipper. Like this. Put it down on the fabric side. Press this or iron if you want. Top stitch this side. So after I top stitch in here, you're going to take down this way. You're gonna bring this main side to meet with this side, the center, meet with the center of the zipper on this side. Into the other side. You're gonna bring this side up to here, and you're going to make sure it's going to meet the center here and there and everything. Sew this side. So everyone, after I sew on this line, and now you have to in here, make sure you unzip the zipper all the way, and then you're going to press on the side, the side in here. Gonna press. When you press, make sure this side facing down, not up on the zipper side. And press this, and now you go on the sewing machine. You're going to go sew and top stitch this side. When you sew, you're gonna move down a little at the time, and then move down a little at the time, and then you sew. It's a little challenging, but you'll get it through. So everyone, after I top stitch on this side all the way, so just put on the sewing machine and then sew top stitch here, and then move all the way until you finish. One thing that I forgot to tell you, it's my fault. On the side of the just one side, you don't need to do both sides. On the side of the one with the pocket here, there's a credit card, a quarter of an inch seam allowed. You can just sew a little bit about about like 2.5 inches right here. Now I have sew from this side right here, go down to here, like past this, about an inch away from the fold. That's good enough. So I'm gonna go and mark the side. That's where we're going to sew everyone. Not sew on everyone, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna make sure everything is staying line by line in the zipper and everything. Make sure you unzip the zipper. Now you're gonna make sure everything is staying Perfect. Now on the top here from this fold, about you sew down about 1/2 inch, and then you going to leave about 2.5 inches. That one you just sew it inside. Sew it here and then stop. Leave about 2.5 inches and then sew all the way to the other side. 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, and on this side you're gonna sew the whole thing. Everyone, after I sew around, and now you know, let me show you so you know what I mean. With all that layer in here, that's why I have to sew this down, but you can sew it before that. Extra right here, you're gonna fold it, and you see the second layer, this is where you got the body of the lining, and now this is the card, credit card. When we fold, you can trim this side a bit like that, and then from here just trim the inside. That's why I asked you to sew this. Without sewing it together, it's really hard to do this. All right, you see this? Okay, so go and trim. After that, you're gonna go here and then press on the side, and then press this side too. You go inside out. When you sew it here, make sure you backstitch a few times and backstitch a few times here because it's thick. When you pull, you don't want to rip this one. You can hand sew this if you want to. I suggest you do a blind stitch right here. Sew this in right here. Alright, so everyone, after I stuck it in, and I just forgot to show you that I show the side in here, and then after that I stuck everything in and ironed this. So now this is all finished, and that's how it look, everyone, with the zipper, with the card slot. I'm gonna put the card in here so you can have an idea how many can hold. You can put many if you want to, just randomly put the card. It's so pretty and easy. If you have the, sometimes when you're watching something and you're like, oh, that look complicated, but when you have it in your hand, it's not at all. Look at that. Look at inside. It's good enough for you to carry for a short walk, whatever. Okay, and you can put the wallet in here if you want to, some money if you want to carry with you. Put the money here, and then the phone, of course you can put the phone in here. I'm gonna just add this in here for the zipper to add a little bit cuteness in here, make it more elegant looking. And let me see the size of this. The length of this is 8.5 inches, and the height of this is 4 inches and 4.5 inches. So very good size, everyone. It is so adorable. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for people who always support my channel and join my channel membership. That's how I get the material and everything for my future video. Love you. Stay safe. Take care, everyone.